Well, PM Modi is speaking about reskilling as well, skilling and reskilling for an AI-driven future, also warning of the dangers around it. Well, one person who warned of dangers around mid-caps and small caps a little while ago was Manish Sonthalia, and we have him as well. Kush Bora, I know we haven't come to you, we'll come to you in a moment, but I just want to do a small conversation with Manish Sonthalia. He's Director and Chief Investment Officer at MK Investment Managers and joins us right now on the show. Manish, great having you. Thanks for joining in. And the reason I say it's great having you is because it's important to try and understand what do you think about the near-term trend. One is that because there's incessant selling, the easy answer is that there is very high probability of this going down further. Is there an extent that you have penciled in mind where you will believe that the valuations are starting to look interesting, or is it a moving part depending on what happens to earnings and the global macro?
So, Neeraj, for some time it was very clearly known that India's earnings are not going to be more than 10 to 12% for FY26 and FY27. In that backdrop, Nifty 50 would not support levels beyond 22,000, 22,500. I mean, that was a very clear given. Run up to Modi ji's results, the third term, on June the 4th, if I'm not mistaken, June the 4th, the levels on the Nifty were closer to 22,000. Now, in the euphoria of this 400 seats and whatever number was touted at that point in time, we took the markets up from 22,000 to 26,200. That was the excess part. And now, because of that excess being given up, we are looking at the levels back to being normalized at around 22,000. So the sense that I have, based on just fundamentals, pure fundamentals, is that markets will broadly bottom out closer to that 22,000 odd level. I firmly believe that markets would not sustain below 22,000 for a prolonged period of time. I don't know from where the buying is going to come, but clearly there will be merit in buying India at those levels. Secondly, Indian currency was overvalued. That was also clearly known, and Indian currency has depreciated. In the last 1 year, February 24 to February 25, from 82 rupees 90 paise to 87.5 or 87.90 yesterday. So that is also closer to around 88. Maybe we'll go down to 90, but that would be the worst. So I would believe the last 5% is where the maximum capitulation is happening. These are great times to buy, and as we have seen in previous crises, whether it be the global financial crisis or the COVID times, whenever there's this such letting down of the, just throwing away stocks at any price, those would be great times to buy. Now, as regards the mid and small caps, again, there was a caution that, yes, valuations were running ahead of previous highs that we have seen in Indian markets. Some 35, 40p, these were not sustainable. But it would be not correct to actually paint the entire mid and small cap space in the same brush. My sense is that if, let's say, the Nifty is trading at 20p and the outlook on Nifty earnings is like 10% growth. Now, mid caps and small caps, if you are looking at buying more than what Nifty earnings growth is and valuations closer to Nifty earnings valuation, you should broadly be fine. So just to say that, the mid and small caps will fall down big time, I don't think that's, there's enough merit in that. Because if you just look at even the large caps, leave aside the Nifty 50. The Nifty 50 next in the month of January has also fallen some 7%. So just to say that large caps will do well and mid caps and small caps will not do well, I don't think that's going to have too much of a sound logic at this given point in time. It's too late to sell. This is the last bit of capitulation that you're seeing in the markets. Rupee has broadly fallen, maybe another 2 to 3%, and markets would have broadly fallen another 5 to 7%, 5% at the maximum, I would believe, and there would be comfort in buying at those.
Harsh, I don't know if Manish turns out to be right or wrong, but this is the advice, and this is the answer that is needed. One, that it is too late to sell a lot of things also. Yes. And two, the market capitulates around these levels. I think I think this is the answer that is very much needed. In some